Hi everyone, it's Kristen here from the Dahlia Society. Welcome back to the channel if you're a regular subscriber, and if you're new, I hope you find lots of inspiration here. I love to talk about all things sewing, fabric and new pattern releases, which I'm sure that's what you're here to see today. There's been so many in the last month and a half. Of course, normally I do these vlogs every month, but last month we just didn't get around to doing it. So I've got plenty to fill you in on. There's a lot of new patterns and so many that have piqued my interest that, yeah, I'm dying to get started on. And of course, if you haven't visited our store, the dahliasewciety.au, we sell beautiful fabrics, indie patterns and monthly bespoke boxes. And we do have a handful left of our last theme, which was from last weekend, the Desert Dream boxes. A few are left there, so you haven't got around to purchasing and you're thinking of maybe getting your first sewing bespoke box. It might be the right time to do it because we normally sell out quite quickly, and we had a little bit extra this month, so yeah, it might be the right time to try one out. But yeah, head over to the website to check those out. We're also having an end of winter sale, so plenty of fantastic bargains there. A lot of things are up to 50% off as well, so a lot of end of bolts and remnants. Yeah, so some fabulous sale items there because we are clearing the shelves, preparing for all the new spring stock coming. And I have to tell you, I cannot wait for spring. I'm seeing the sun out today. It's making me feel like getting out to the garden. It's just a little bit too chilly yet, but you know, when those nice 20-degree days start appearing, it really makes me feel like getting outside and getting some vitamin D. I've got lots to talk about today. I'm wearing my Wardrobe by Me boat neck top that I made last week. Well, actually the week before now. The weeks are flying by. This is in a really lovely basket weave cotton knit in the beautiful wine colour, and I have worn this so much already. I might need to make another one. We've sold out of a pink. We have a little bit of the ochre colour left, so maybe that's calling my name. But it's a great pattern with a nice woven neck binding to keep everything nice and stable, but a great knit top for those kind of trans-seasonal days. And I really would love to make another one in a jersey fabric as well, because those sort of layering tops are great for this time of year. I've been up to this week, of course, getting boxes out. We sent a lot of those out yesterday. And I do have to say, there's a little reminder to let my US customers know that the impending tariffs happening on the, anything coming from out of the United States in, of course, every country has different tax rates. We really don't know. We're all up in the air at the moment about how much they're going to be. So just to make sure that anyone purchasing, there's a lot of regular customers that from the States that do purchase, to look into what the tax rates will be, because we still don't know a lot about that. But yeah, that will be basically a duty to pay when things come in. We really have no control over that. So it's a bit sad, because I'm thinking a lot of countries are going to be impacted with this. We have so many viewers in the States. We really appreciate our customers in the US and hope it doesn't affect you too much. But yeah, it is something to think about when ordering from the store. So got all the boxes off. Last weekend we had the pleasure of going to my daughter Eliza's mother-in-law turned 60, and Karen wanted to have a wonderful theme, of course, dress up as your favorite rock legend or pop star. And we do love a dress up. I'm one of those people who loves to go all out, and from my son's cosplay and that kind of thing, I like to make sure I get the finer details right. And I wanted to go as Cyndi Lauper because I really love Cyndi Lauper, and of course left everything to the last minute and ended up finding a really cheap dress online. It fitted me terribly. Luckily I had a little denim jacket on because the back was not even zipped up, and of course you know what it's like when you buy things online and they're cheap sale things and they never end up fitting you like you hope for. What I did, I actually copied. My inspiration was from my favorite Barbie, which I'm searching for one of those Cyndi Lauper collectible Barbies to add to my Barbie collection. And the dress they used as inspiration for that Barbie was a kind of bustier red dress with the tears. And I've ended up finding a red dress very similar and sewed all rick-rack around the hem and around the waist. And then I did the whole red and yellow wig, which was terribly fitting wig, of course, but those costume wigs are always like that. Did some statement necklaces and dangly earrings and the glasses and lace gloves, and yeah, we had an absolute ball. My hubby wasn't going to be able to come because he's working, and then he last minute got to got to come. So we thought, what can we quickly find around the house to dress him up as? And he said straight away, like, you know what, Kenny Rogers is looking nice and easy because he's got the same hair and the beard. So we thought Kenny Rogers, we'll do that. We'll put the little bow tie, the cowboy hat and the vest. That was nice and easy. And we got to do a bit of karaoke singing, which was really fun. Lily went as Olivia Rodrigo. Sam went as Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. Phoebe was actually still not well enough to go, so she didn't come for the night. But the twins came as Aussie iconic band twins, the Veronicas. That was so weird to see because they had the black wigs. And of course, if you know from pics, you know, one of my twins is blonde and Charlotte and Eliza has more of a chestnutty colour hair. So to see them with the black wigs, it just looked like there were 3 Phoebes. This is Phoebe with her black hair. It was a real head spin. I'm like, I just couldn't stop looking at them thinking, oh my God, is that Phoebe? So that was really bizarre, but they decked themselves out in the early kind of 2000s gear, and we had a great night. And the birthday girl was dressed up as Anna from ABBA. There was, you know, a few Stevie Nicks there. There was a Johnny Cash. There was Boy George. Yeah, it was great that everyone got into the whole party theme. So that was a fantastic night. Yeah, so my sewing last weekend was sewing that Rick Rack on. I was fairly happy with how that came up. Now, as I say, I want to get stuck back into my artist jacket by Wardrobe by Me, and that's what I've got on the sewing table at the moment. I finished the pattern that was in our bespoke box, so that's still a bit hush-hush till everyone's boxes get delivered, but I'm dying to tell you all about the pattern I use for that because I have found such a wonderful pattern company, an Aussie company, that I need to tell you all about, but that will have to wait till everyone's boxes arrive so I don't spoil the surprise. And of course, we haven't forgotten about our Makers Gallery. We're going to be filming that over the weekend. And of course, Phoebe's just got her voice back. She's been, sick with tonsillitis, so she's ready to film that. So if you haven't sent in a make that you've made from either a fabric or patterns from the store, make sure you get that in the next couple of days so we can pop you into that video and you could be in the running to win the $30 voucher to our store. But we love the Makers Gallery, and a lot of you love that because, you know, it's a great way to share your makes of inspiration. And of course, YouTube has so much inspiration. It's free, which is fantastic. We don't have, Patreon on this channel. We feel it's really important to have everything free and accessible, especially things like new inspiring content or maybe fabric information and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a great way to show and share your makes and maybe get inspiration from other sewers in the community. So let's talk about brand new patterns for the month of July and August. There has been so many. The glasses are going on. I've got my notes written here because I have just finished going through, and there's been so many in the last couple of weeks even. But these are the ones that I've chosen that I think that are going to inspire you because they've definitely inspired me. The first one is the Itch to Stitch Serrata dress. And this one I love because I've been talking for a while about how I love dresses that don't have too thin straps or that aren't going to fall on and off shoulders. It's really hard to find things without straps. There's a lot of wider straps and skinnier straps, but I love this because it's just almost like the tank style dress with a cutoff, but you can add different sleeve like ruffles. You can add a flutter sleeve, which is also really, really beautiful. So I love Itch to Stitch Patterns. Kenneth does such a wonderful job because not only does she have size ranges from 00 to 40, she also has different cup sizes, which is fabulous. If you're needing to do an FBA, you always have that option there. I love the fact that it's a slip-on style dress, but it has beautiful fitting details. So it has elastic channels running through the waist to give that nice waist definition. The thing that I love is the different sleeve options. So I really love a flutter sleeve, but I really love just the plain and the ruffle. That all the sleeves are really lovely in this this dress. So it's such a wonderfully finished off looking dress, but really has the details there that would make a perfect summer dress that I will definitely be thinking about making. She's also released a skirt the month before, which was the Arazu skirt, which has these really different style yokes at the front and back to give that bit of a flat sort of front and back, and then the gathered skirt. There's also invisible zipper option if you like that, and inseam pockets. And also the Serrata dress has the option to do inseam pockets if you like a pocket. And an inseam pocket that's nice and flat I think is really lovely. I'm not a big fan of pockets in dresses unless they are the right type of pockets. I'm quite fussy with my pocket detail, but I really love the look of this. Now the Cashmere Patterns have come out with a wonderful pair of pants called the Everett pants. My maiden name's actually Everett, but it's spelled a little bit different. Mine's I-double-T. This is Everett with E-double-T. And I really love the fact that Cashmere and Closet Crew are bringing out their club patterns, but also not forgetting about people that aren't paying for subscription clubs. So this is a PDF pattern. I think it's going to be hopefully available on paper as well. Everett pants can be shorts as well, and they are saying they're effortless pants, but really comfortable. So they're a woven pant, a pull-on pant with a nice belt loop and tie option, but this is really unusual. They've actually offered 2 bottom finishes. So you can either have a full bottom or a flat bottom finish. So that's a really great option. I know a lot of pattern companies don't do that. So that's wonderful if you're wanting that different type of fit. So there's also a full sew along video for this Everett pant as well. So a nice woven linen, cotton, even soft rayons would be great. And of course, the softer you go, the more drape you're going to get in a pant. But yeah, you've got plenty of options there with the Everett pants. The club pattern of the month is a lovely one, and I've printed a few out for customers obviously that have the club membership, and that this is the Astel skirt. This club skirt is a beautiful bias cut skirt with a hidden elastic waist, so that nice kind of flat waist. I have to say a bias cut skirt is the most beautiful pattern to have as a staple to dress up or down depending on your fabric choices. So a beautiful silky satin fabric for a bias cut skirt always looks stunning, maybe with a soft knit off the shoulder sweater or wrap top, or you can make one in like a viscose or a print with just a little tee or tank. So they're such a wonderful style because they really mold to your body shape and just give that nice bit of swish and movement. Highly recommend a bias cut skirt if you haven't made one. This one also has the option to do a side zip if that is your thing, and it also has back darts to give you even more shaping. So a really wonderful kind of staple pattern to add to your pattern inventory. Don't forget the Closet Crew membership and also the Cashmere Club allow you to purchase the standalone pattern. If you want to join up for the month to get that one pattern, you can do that, and then you can cancel if you don't want to keep it going. I was going to have my Closet Crew membership for the year, which was last year, and then I let it keep going because I have loved every single one of those patterns, and I do have fear of missing out. So I'm quite happy to keep my membership going because I've loved a lot of their patterns. The Astel skirt is size 0 to 32, as is the Everett pants. This one is a really unusual dress pattern that has just popped up, and I have to say it, you know I love Wardrobe by Me patterns. This is a new pattern from them. Its size range is 0 to 24. It's called the City Dress. Now this is a really cute little shift style dress, minimalistic, has a really modern but relaxed vibe, and has just a little bit of polish. So it's dressy enough to wear out, but also really great to wear just, you know, casual as well. This type of dress I love because you can also make it in things like a chambray or a denim, or maybe a linen or a seersucker. So it really depends on how you want to, you know, what you want to do with the dress as far as the fabric you make it in. No zips or buttons. And they are saying it's great for a confident beginner. So view A is elbow length sleeve, like a wider kind of shaped sleeve, and a notched neckline. And view B is the deeper V neckline and sleeveless. So it would be great for wearing like a pinny style for layering as well. So love the look of this, and I just think it'd be smashing in like a denim or maybe a cotton, even a plain color to wear like with a print top underneath for layering. But really love the look of this, and I think it's something simple but quite unusual. And talking about the Closet Crew membership, new pattern release for them, I have to say it's probably one of my favorite dresses so far from them. And I know a lot of people that don't have the membership are so keen to join up just to get this dress. It's called the Edith dress. The Edith dress is, of course, based on the costume designer from the late 40s, early 50s, Edith Head. It's one of those shirt waist kind of vintage inspired dresses with that really charming fit, the top of the fit of the dress with that lovely princess seams. Now the Closet Crew for this year, the theme is decades, and this of course is the early 50s, and it's a really classic, vintage inspired dress, but that made it a little bit more modern and wearable. So it's got, the princess seams, and it's got these really unusual side panels, which I love. They're like a bias cut piece on each side, which is just so beautiful, done with that stripe. Collar is a bandless collar. So it's great for a confident beginner because it's got that more simple collar. So I love this, and I'm going to make this out of one of our new poplins from Atelier Brunette that just arrived today. They're saying poplins are fantastic because that crisp looking, more structured fabric for a shirt dress. Poplins chambres are also great, but if you want to soften it and have it a bit more drapey and bring that softness to the pattern, it really changes the look of it. Rayon of viscose, linen blends, and tencel, and even voile would be great for this dress. I loved watching Heather's inspiration vlog. If you haven't seen it, go and head to the Closet Core channel and you'll see her talking all about how they came up with the inspiration and what the design details have, and you can see it on the different models there as well. And I just love seeing the two different fabrics, but I'm really tempted to make one in a stripe as well. I love the new Atelier Brunette poplins. I think it'll bring a nice crisp structure to it, but I have to say I'm a huge shirt dress fan, and this to me is just the most perfect shirt dress ever. It is actually Closet Core's first fitted shirt dress. They've got a couple of shirt dresses, you'll know, the Callie shirt dress and also the Jenna. It's more of a swishy, oversized style shirt dress. Well, this is more of a fitted. Really love that definition that it gives with the princess seams and the waist detailing. And you'll know that Tilly and the Buttons have released a brand new pattern. We have that in store and they are selling really fast. It's the Winnie pant, and this is a more subtle style barrel leg pant. This is a size 6 to 34 pair of pant. The barrel leg has really taken off lately. It's been a really popular style in pants for sewing, but it's more of a subtle barrel leg. So if you don't want to go for that real defined oversized barrel leg, this is a little bit more subtle and maybe great for a confident beginner as well. It has a lovely flat front, really nice shaped pockets. I have to say I really like the pockets on this, and that elastic back, which is just so perfect for pull-on style pair of pants you can dress up or down. And I love this again in a poplin or maybe in a linen or a cotton linen twill, a denim or chambray. You can do so much with this, and you can also use more lighter weight and softer fabrics if you want more of a drapey style. But these pants are my sort of go-to style for heading into summer. I love a good elastic back pair of pants. New patterns from Sinclair, and I really like Sinclair patterns. They have great options there for either petite, regular length, or tall. So that's one awesome detail that these patterns have. And also cup sizes, they have your CD or your EF cup sizes, which is fabulous. The Jenna woven caftan is a wonderful dress. It has a lovely exposed facing on the front, so exposed detail. You can do things like mixing and matching maybe prints. That's one thing you could do with that. And also, your top stitching, you can really add details there. The caftan dress is like a semi-fitted, so it's more fitted around the shoulders and the bust, and you have that tie around the waist, and then it has that nice sort of long line with the side splits. Caftans are so nice to wear with that breezy kind of feel to them. You have different options for the sleeve. You have the short, the elbow length, and also the flounce detail you can pop on there. But I have to say I love a side split and I love a mitered corner. It really brings a little bit of detail to maybe a nice swishy classic caftan dress. Any lightweight woven will work beautiful for that. They've also released a swimsuit pattern, which I really love the look of here. It's the Cabarita swimsuit. It's a V-neck style swimsuit pattern, and you've got that beautiful little skirt overlay. If you want to add that on, you can. There's also different featured backs. So one's got like a little keyhole cut out lower back there, or just the plain back. Again, you've got petite, regular and tall fit, which is again fabulous. And you need to have a good stretch and recovery swimsuit fabric, and also either a power mesh or a swimsuit lining for this one. A couple of years ago, I ventured into some swimsuit making, and I haven't had time to make any more, but I really I still wear them to death, and they need replacing probably about 3 years ago now. So it could be something I'll look into maybe for this summer, because it is so simple to make your own swimwear and you really get the fit nice. And if anyone knows, if you've been out shopping for swimwear, it is the most challenging thing to shop for and to try on. And I think I took my youngest, Lily, last year. She's 17. I had so much trouble, she had so much trouble finding a swimsuit that would fit her body if you're a little bit bustier, or if you're long. She's quite tall and long in the body, and there wasn't much available. And a lot of these little bikinis, of course, there's little triangle fronts. I don't know who they'd fit, but there wasn't any option, especially for a good one-piece for someone a bit younger. So I really, let alone someone older like me. So I really think that making your own swimwear is so liberating and definitely something to look into doing if you haven't tried it yourself. So House 7, one of my favorite pattern companies, has come out with a jumpsuit pattern. You know, I'm not a huge jumpsuit fan. I have to say, every time I see a new jumpsuit pattern, I'm like, it looks so cute on. I just have to, I think, more practical. And I love how jumpsuits look on, and I think they look fabulous dressed up to wear out. I just don't find them practical, but I really love how this one looks on Peggy. And the Sew House 7 Tamalo knit jumpsuit can be made in things like cotton jerseys, sweatshirt fabric, French terries, they're saying, for a more of a stable look. If you want to use something like a lycra, you can do that. And of course, anything that has more drape will give the jumpsuit a different look altogether. But you have that standard or curvy fit. It's a sleeveless jumpsuit, and they're saying it is great for secret pajamas or to wear around the house as well. But yeah, I am not into jumpsuits. The only jumpsuit pattern that I think that I in the past have loved to wear would be the Zadie. Yeah, I love the look of this, but comfort-wise, it'd be really comfortable. It's just not practical. But I know that Sew House 7 do such a great job with their patterns, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the future. And Aussie designer Veronica Tucker has come out with a really pretty dress called the Cordelia. This Cordelia dress is all about the cording, obviously that's where the names come from, and the rouging in the front. Really pretty dress. It has a round neck, so it really shows off that statement rouging in the front, fully faced bodice, a really pretty keyhole back, either the blouse length, the knee length, or the midi length. And you can also use that rouging detail at the back if you like to pull the back in. Otherwise, the back in the pattern pics is just soft and floaty. The only thing with fabric choices is you must remember that you need a 150 wide fabric to cut that out, to have all the rouging in, because there's quite a lot of fabric there. If your fabric is only 115, you need to do the seam up the front and use the 2 pieces. She's written that in her description. But yeah, such a pretty dress. And I noticed too on Veronica Tucker's website, she has an option to use her sleeve pack for a lot of her dresses to change up the sleeves, which is a fantastic idea. I have seen that in the past in an old a Vogue pattern, I think it was, that had a sleeve pack. I remember buying that, but never got around to using them. But it's great to know that those mashable sleeves are going to fit her dresses as well. And she's listed the dress patterns that sleeve pack will then go back with. But this Cordelia dress is perfect. I think I love that cut off sleeve. It's not too strappy, has that nice rounded neckline and all that detail at the front, and perfect for a floaty fabric like a voile, a viscose blend, linen blend. Really, really pretty. And of course, the more swishy and drapey the fabric, the more flowy the dress will look. But yeah, really pretty pattern. And early last month, I noticed that Helens Closet came out with another little duo set of patterns. She's got the Tofino top and the Yuki shorts. I have to say the shirt's very similar to the Gilbert. I know it hasn't got the tie, but it's more of a boxy shape. You've got the shorter boxy or the longer line boxy. But the camp collar is very similar to the Gilbert. I think this one is targeted more as a unisex pattern. Of course, the Yuki shorts are also gender neutral patterns. Size range in Helens Closet patterns is 0 to 34. Next, we have Froto Pattern Company have actually come out with 2 patterns, and I think I spoke about the wren dress on a previous vlog, and you'll all know the wren dress is that one with the strappy sleeve and that low cut front crisscross. Wasn't a huge fan of that, although I have seen a lot of people make it and it's looked beautiful on them. I think Rachel from StitchedUp has made one recently and it looks gorgeous on her. It's just not one that I would go for. Again, bra friendly. I know you can widen the straps, but it's quite low cut at the front. Before I talk about that, I have to say there's a couple of Froto Pattern Company patterns from previous years that you can't purchase anymore. That are my favorite patterns. I wish they would redo them to sell on their websites, because whenever I've worn them, I've got comments from people, and I love these 2 patterns. And I'm going to put some pics up to remind you. One was a Lucida knit dress. You'll see that beautiful neckline there and that tie sort of drawstring front. gorgeous in knit fabrics. And also the Westcliff dress is a fabulous wrap or faux sort of wrap front, and then the skirt's just like A-line. Both of those are unavailable to purchase anymore from Froto Pattern Company. But I'm really disappointed, and I wish they would re-release them because I just love them. So I was really happy to see that they brought out another knit dress pattern to add to their inventory. I'm quite interested to make one of these. I just hope that wide kind of scoop or squared scoop neckline isn't going to affect the shoulders, because my shoulders are quite sloping. So I will probably size down at the top, maybe to make a medium, and then do some drafting around the middle. It's got a slight A-line shaped skirt. I really love the midi, although you can make the above knee version. The sleeve is lovely. It's almost like a cap, but not quite. Yeah, I'd love to see how it goes, because I think it'll sit okay on the shoulders, and I love that you can wear a bra with this one. And I love the fact you can do a lower sort of scoop back or the regular back as well. And of course, fabric choices for this are really important. They will totally change the look of the dress. 25% crosswise stretch, so things like ribs and scubas would be fantastic. It will be, of course, more form-fitting, but if you want to use something like a modal knit or maybe a viscose jersey, I think that's what I'll go for, to give that little bit of drape over the body, a bit of a skimming effect, and that A-line will be a bit more sort of distinguished there with a more drapey knit fabric. Love the look of this, and I think the knit dresses are so practical in summertime. They, you can wash them and throw them on the line, and a lot of the time you don't even need to iron them. They just wash beautifully. So I'm really interested to get some more fabrics in store specifically for this dress. Some more viscose jerseys, some more ponties I think would be gorgeous. Jerseys and ponties, I think our ponty, viscose ponty, would be stunning in this. So a really lovely pattern. I really wish they'd bring back the Lucida and the Westcliff. Hopefully they might one day. And good luck to Chelsea, who is about to go and have her baby, I think her first baby. So she said she wanted to rush out these last two patterns before she went on maternity leave. So best of luck to her. And she looks really gorgeous in her Collins dress in the latest picture on Instagram. So that's my roundup of patterns for the last month and a half. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'd love to hear in the comments below what your favorite pick was from those patterns, and maybe one that you are looking into making. And I know quite a few people are printing out A0 patterns. A lot of these they've chosen. So it's good to see that the new patterns are inspiring people to get some sewing done. I will link all these patterns below. I think the only one out of those that we do stock in our store will be the Winnie. The rest of them are PDF only. And of course, a lot of pattern companies do release PDF only patterns first, and then later on a lot of them are released in paper, but not all of them are, so it's really hard to know if they are all going to be paper patterns in the future. But I will link all those below in the description box, and you can head over to these indie pattern designers to purchase. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this vlog today, a thumbs up does help people like you find the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd also love it if you could do that. And have a wonderful sewing weekend. I'll see you back here with some new fabrics, new arrivals, and also our makers gallery very shortly. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.